toughest part about being...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City, 9th place in the Western Conference is where they currently stand, which might not sound like much, but does represent improvement over where they finished last season. And for Paul George, it was a tough journey coming back from that gruesome injury he suffered. Safe to say he's put that completely in the past, and he's been phenomenal the last few seasons.
You know what, Ernie, I don't know why we're still talking about that. Not every player can come back from something like that. You know, it almost feels like he got better after the injury.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
he
paying
pays attention to all the nuances on the court.
He's paying attention.
Yeah.
You know, he's paying attention to him because I think the overall thing that's impressive is his speed and his jumping ability that has come back.
Time for tip-off as we send it over to
Kenny.
Kevin
Good
Harlan for the call.
You're quick, Kenny.
It's coming now. It's coming.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's interconference time for these Thunder as they come in as the visiting team. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. The Pacers still playing on their home court in this one. Very strong basketball is the recipe for them right now. 4 straight wins, looking for number 5.
Yeah, and the atmosphere in this building is incredible. And as that win streak continues to grow, the fans' excitement has grown right along with it. And now we've reached that point where it's considered a frenzy.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, guys, we all know how hard Russell Westbrook plays every night. Coach Billy Donovan said he plays with such force and passion. He gets so intense, so competitive, so emotional, but he's doing a good job of bringing himself back together and understanding there's other guys out there depending on him. Kevin?
And that's how Russ has always been, D.A., a high-motor player who leaves it all out on the floor. 2 teams tonight that love to get out and run. Brent, talk about some of the keys to being effective in the transition game.
Well, one part about transition, Kevin, is the first couple steps that anybody takes to get out on the break. I mean, there is a skill to running hard in transition and then secondarily getting wide in the lane. So many coaches are yelling at their players about creating space by getting to the sidelines as quickly as possible. Those 2 things can make you pretty dynamic in the open floor.
All right, ready to go? Ready to go?
And the Pacers start off with the ball. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Adams is out there with Anthony, and it's George in at the 3. Here's Adams, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, you have to put at least 1 body on Adams, maybe 2. With his size and relentlessness, he'll light you up on the offensive glass.
Here's Turner. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try.
Oh! You saw that. You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50, or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
And the replay presented, of course, by Under Armour. Unleash chaos. Great stuff and some great basketball going on. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Collison for three. It's hauled in by George. Thunder have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And it's Westbrook missing. For Indiana, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. In the corner, Collison with it. That doesn't go either for Collison.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And then George with the jam.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
A drive by Collison. And a bit of a bittersweet question for you, Brent. We know you spent so many years with the Sonics who eventually were uprooted and became this Thunder team. How badly would you like to see Seattle get a basketball team again?
I think it's the NBA's mission to get back to Seattle. And under Adam Silver, he's asked questions about the return to the Emerald City. And I think it's going to happen, shots. Kevin. If it does, I'd love to be a part of what the organization does up there. I do miss the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest.
The first one falls. Good on both.
He talks so much about rhythm from the field. How about a rhythm from the free throw line? That looks good.
Here's Adams. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
You could classify Adams' postgame as raw, but the energy and aggression he plays with almost every game, that's where he hangs his hat.
Young with no one around. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
And that one, good. And it's 6 points for Steven Adams.
He's knocking down most everything, guys. 3 of 4 here.
Now here's Collison. He's definitely a factor in their offense, averaging 12 points a game. Kept alive. It's deflected.
Robertson out there to play defense. He excels at getting off the ground so quickly to get the block.
Here's Westbrook. The shot from the low post is good. Westbrook's got his second basket.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
It's good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Stolen. And Westbrook, here we go, and finished off by Westbrook.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Collison, no good.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
The three. That doesn't go either for Collison.
Yeah, a bit frigid to begin this one. Just can't make anything to get the game started.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Well, you could feel the clock ticking for Melo's time in New York, and this offseason, it finally ended, Greg.
Yeah, and for a team like this to add Melo to the mix, what a blessing. I mean, Melo still has a ton of offense to offer, and hard to add a player so skilled as Melo for practically nothing.
Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp, mentally prepared for each and every night?
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask it again.
Oh,
so hopefully you heard some.
I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. Do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Moment here to look at the numbers for Turner. He's averaging 14 points a game, 7 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
When you look at bigs, you talk to them about 2 key components: protect the rim and pound the glass. And intimidation, that helps too. You can blame some poor defense on that play, just a total breakdown. You got to at least contest at some point.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's on Darren Collison.
Well, when Paul George announced this summer that he intended to leave for the Lakers when the contract ran out, you knew what was coming. Even as a rental possibility, the suitors lined up, and eventually the price was paid, and now George finds himself in a Thunder uniform.
And the first one at the line is good. And to many, the Thunder came out of nowhere to land George in that trade.
Most thought Cleveland or maybe Boston were the front runners for his services, but the Thunder snuck in and made their team a 2-star squad once again. Very interesting to see how far the duo of Westbrook and George can go.
And George drops them both.
And Paul George kind of made it known of his desire to leave for L.A. after this season, but big risk for the Thunder to make that move and trade for him.
And that's what we mean by combo guard skills right there. Kept his head up and found the open man.
George, that's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
And for Paul George, who knows what the future holds for him, but Greg, he is a great fit, it would seem, for the Thunder.
Listen, you give the Thunder a...
Again, using his frame and size right there, Westbrook, one of the strongest finishers we have in the game.
Pacers trail by 13. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Back to Collison. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Bogdanovich has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Pacers. Short. That's short off the rim.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Here's Oladipo. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that is one of Steven Adams' specialties. If you fail to put a body on him, he'll put you in the rim.
Collison kicks to Oladipo. Adams brings the double team. It's deflected. Stolen by Westbrook. And the Thunder pushing it up now. George with the ball. Count that bucket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And you watch the way Westbrook plays fearlessly, how he has the attitude of, Brent, someone much smaller than him.
Well, it's that athleticism that intimidates, Kevin, quite frankly. You hear a lot of players who went through this huge growth spurt to make them elite. That's exactly what happened to Russell Westbrook, going from about 5'8" to 6'3" in a hurry. But to have that kind of bullish mentality as a point guard in this league against that kind of size, that's impressive stuff.
Free throw good, Paul George. And so it's Indiana with it. Down by 15. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
Well, it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Collison gets a wide open look. It's good from long range. Collison's got 8 points.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him. Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing, the passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him. The Thunder leading by 16. Here's George, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Thaddeus Young. And each coach has his strengths, and they've got weaknesses, but if you needed someone to draw up a play to get you 1 bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you'd turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So yes. I could get James Harden to the line. And then 1 LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Pacers trail by 18. Collison kicks to Oladipo. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Oladipo's got his second basket of the night. Here's Westbrook. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Now, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Let's now go to the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA and see the league's top assist men. Russell Westbrook, number 1.
It's hard to argue with his status as the best passer in the NBA right now. He just distributes the ball so well.
Collison with it. Westbrook picks him up. Bogdanovich wide open. And it's off from 3-point range. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Here's Oladipo. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Indiana called for the foul.
Yeah, there's sometimes games where Westbrook takes personal challenges at the big guys. A lot of people look at Russell and think you roll the ball out, and with his athleticism and tenaciousness, he just takes it over. But the guy hits the film room. I mean, he studies up. He wants to know about his opponent. He wants to get better as a performer, get more consistent. So There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes with Russell Westbrook.
That one is off. And for Westbrook in his watching of film, he isn't looking for what he's doing on the floor. Granny says he's gaining an understanding for everyone else.
I think that kind of approach is pretty heady, don't you, Kevin? The fact that Russell not only wants to improve himself, he wants to have a better understanding of every aspect of the game. That's his decision-making. That's where his teammates are finding success on the floor. Defensively, how teams are matching up with him. That's a lot to take in on top of the responsibilities he already has for this Oklahoma City team.
Back to Collison. Joseph has an open look. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 4 assists now tonight.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
The shot by Anthony, no good.
The defense, not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Stevenson with it. Westbrook picks him up. Jacks up a 3. Collison, no good.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Anthony. A second chance effort, and it's Westbrook laying it in. Westbrook's got 14 points for the game.
He's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Fires, high post. Nobody near Stevenson. Bangs home the trifecta. Stevenson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Not a lot of defense there. You can't afford to let guys shoot freely from the mid-range. They're not going to miss those all that often.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Joseph sets a screen for Stevenson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Stevenson's got his second bucket of the game to go. Grant dishes to Anthony. It's rebounded by Indiana.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Anthony.
Sabonis, such a fantastic prospect, a guy you think is going to play 10 or 12 years in this league, and a good job there getting contact and getting to the line.
First trip to the line for him here.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season, fairly standard numbers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Brent, the last team you played for, the Houston Rockets. Your dad, your older brother John, also played for the Rockets. What's this connection between the city of Houston and the Barry family?
I've asked them that same question in Houston, and I even talked to Daryl Morey about putting a Barry graveyard across the street where it is that all 3 of us, our career had ended. I'd love to see a tombstone over there with Rick, John, and Brent.
Well, it'd be...
Maybe we'll add a few more to it, Kevin.
Well, the way you played there, the way you played your career, and your family played, obviously you've set a standard in the league. But that was an interesting stuff that you all were there at one time.
I think it's crazy that we all ended in Houston. Though.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It is.
3 careers ending with one organization.
Isn't that something?
Weird.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Joseph sets a screen for Collison. Here's Sabonis. Aprinas with a rebound.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Here's Collison, poked loose. Pass to Leaf. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got his 5th assist in this one.
Now working the ankle.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And Joseph kicks to Collison. Here's the screen. Up and in on the layup.
Well, Sabonis can play there on the block. That's where he did a lot of damage in college, so him working inside, that's a good sign.
Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Outside Collison. Here's Sabonis, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Sabonis a confident scorer on that play right there. Once he's got the ball in his hands in that area, he's looking to shoot.
Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got 8 points.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Fires from 14. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Right through the D for the layup. 10 points for him.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Also like the adjustments that they've made. Each time they're defended a little bit differently. They seem to have the answer for it. Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
And the shot will not go from Eustis. Pacers trail by 14. Outside Collison. All by himself. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
The 19-foot shot. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
And the shot goes in.
You cannot give players that kind of positioning, and the defense also late in trying to alter that shot.
And so it's Oklahoma City with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything, like all chores, pretty much 18 years of being rookie. That's pretty much all it is, and people just beat you up for no reason.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance from the Thunder so far.
Well, to me, the story of that first period was their rebounding.
Yeah, jumping out to a lead largely because they did the hard work on the glass. So you love the passion in the early part of this game that they're playing with.
We've got Lance Stevenson. Collison is out there with Corey Joseph. And it's Sabonis in at the center. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Stevenson passes to Sabonis, stolen by Grant. And the Thunder pushing it up now. And here we go. And that one is good from Eustis. Eustis has got his second bucket of the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
The dish to Collison. Near the three-point line, it's Joseph. Rebound by Raymond Felton.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And he gets it to go.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And Brent, when you hear Donovan on the sideline or in the huddle, it's clear how big a motivator he can be for his team. He certainly gets the most out of his players from the stars to the end of the bench.
One thing that Billy Donovan did in the early part of taking the job with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I remember it well, Kevin, I went to the UCLA campus where Billy Donovan had invited most of the roster for the Oklahoma City team, and he started to establish that trust in the off-season, being there for workouts, understanding the personalities of his team, and getting to know his guys. All of those things have reaped some incredible rewards in the early part of Billy Donovan's coaching career.
In the corner, Collison with it. Back to Joseph to end the run. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got his 6th assist on the night.
Well, the defense looked lost there. Get out your compass. No excuses. You got to guard the perimeter.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And the Pacers call time here. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
And that led to a few of their key guys spending long stretches of the game on the bench because of foul trouble. Hard to find yourself back in a rhythm when you do that.
Brent, when you played, you were able to score in a variety of ways. Which do you think you were better at, shooting off the catch or off the dribble?
There's no doubt that shooting off the catch, Kevin, was much easier for me. I love the fact that I could get my feet set, start to anticipate when the ball was coming, who the ball was coming from, and then establish my own rhythm for each of those opportunities to cast away at the rim.
I would think, though, you'd get rhythm by working off the dribble, too.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be able to do that, but I oftentimes use that dribble to maybe create another opportunity for a teammate. And then the other idea, Kevin, is if you're a great catch-and-shoot player, the pump fake and one dribble in, that's something you have to perfect to keep the defense honest in terms of their closeout.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Leaf. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Oladipo in for Darren Collison. George is checked in for Oklahoma City. Roberson comes in for Alex Abrinas. Here's Patterson. Tries again. And Felton with a nice bucket inside.
And that is one thing he does very well. His intensity on the glass helps lead to these high percentage putbacks for his team.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Young sets a screen for Oladipo, and it goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Felton. And so here is Indiana. 6 on the shot clock. Joseph, that's good. Joseph's got 5 points now this quarter. Outside, George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanović. The Thunder have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
They throw good, Paul George. And George drops them both. NBA official, NBA referee, Brent Ashley, one of the toughest jobs in the world. There's been a lot of talk about adding an official to the court. Would that make a difference?
You know, I'm thinking, Kevin, that's like asking 4 of my buddies to add a 5th guy to go out and they're all single. That means there's another guy I got to compete with. So maybe we don't have another set of eyes on the NBA game. Lots of physicality, lots of pushing and shoving. You may see more foul calling, which will slow down the tempo and the rhythm of the game. I'm not sure that's the best idea for the league.
So then adding the Secaucus and the extra eyes in New York to look at calls, I think that might take the place of adding the official.
I think the league has done a great job, Kevin, having Secaucus now have the ability to make some of those calls to help speed up what we do with regards to the replay.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Here's Bogdanovich, and the Pacers can't get it to go.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Patterson. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
And Joseph kicks to Bogdanovich. He feeds it to Young. Here's George. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And that's 23 points for George.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Bogdanovich, and just miss after miss right now. And George, here we go. Here's Eustace. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
For the Thunder, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Patterson. Anthony comes in for Eustace. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. Joseph against Westbrook. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Oklahoma City dictating the flow. From 15 feet away, and Oladipo pulls it down.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
Well, the best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. It's a shot that you want to take.
Steven Adams brings a lot to the team, Brent. Got a chance to be more involved, in fact, with the offense after Durant left.
Well, he's not a wispy 7-footer, Kevin. Thick and rugged out there on the floor and willing to set a lot of screens to free up Russell Westbrook. One of the things I'd like to see them do is maybe explore him in the post a little more often as an offensive threat. I think he's capable down there.
Indiana's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Oladipo kicks to Joseph. Back to Oladipo. They double him with George to end the drought. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on George. Last season, a big one for Oladipo in terms of his ability to shoot from deep.
Well, playing alongside Russell last year led to a career high in attempts for Victor Oladipo from the three-point line. That started in Orlando in that last half of the season, so maybe the brass in OKC thought that playing alongside Russell, they'd get this kind of production from him, and we'll see if he can improve.
First free throw is good.
2013, Victor Oladipo heard his name second in that draft. One of the best shooting guards in the league and getting better.
And so he makes both from the line. Oklahoma City shooting impressively throughout at 62%. The 10-footer. And it's in off the backboard. And that's now 28 points for George.
And George just has that extra gear. Well, once he kicks into it, he is nearly impossible to stop.
And Turner kicks to Young. Paul George with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. George has got the ball.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
Oladipo's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. And there's Paul George on the assist by Adams. And that's now 30 points for Paul George. And Indiana shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first two. Whoa. Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Joseph with the ball. 8 points for him. Stolen by Westbrook. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And Westbrook throws it down hard.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
Dives for it. Young outside. Shot to stop the run. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And finished off by Westbrook.
Look, I know some guys are going to dunk, but when it's Westbrook, man, he fires up his teammates.
Indiana's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Oladipo. And a missed layup.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
Got to be some consideration here for a different rotation because the matchups right now just not favorable. You know, we talk so much about accurate shooting. Sometimes accurate passing can lead to great shooting. You saw it there.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 8 points.
And you just have to admire that aggressive nature of Bogdanovich. He's just itching to pull the trigger as soon as the ball hits his hands.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Pacers. And it's the Pacers with the ball. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. A three-pointer, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Baseline J on the way. Another shot. And the nice bucket inside from Anthony. Anthony's got his second basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Oladipo. Drills it from outside.
Slowly and steadily improving Oladipo, a good three-point shooter, making him more well-rounded as a threat.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Pacers shooting a cool 28% in the second quarter. Stevenson outside. There's a screen. And Young kicks to Bogdanovich. And the Pacers another three.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Roberson gets the bucket.
Assistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Stevenson outside. Back to Oladipo. Stevenson setting the pick for Oladipo. And the Pacers tack on 2 more.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Good on the shot. And it's 7 points for Carmelo Anthony.
That's not an easy shot, but Carmelo Anthony has made his living making tough ones.
And Oladipo kicks to Stevenson. Bogdanovich with it. George picks him up. Young outside. There's the triple. The shot missing. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Lets it go from 11. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. He lays it in. Adams has got 12.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Oladipo dishes to Turner. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Indiana shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. And some changes here for the Pacers. Sabonis comes in for Thaddeus Young. And it's Collison in for Oladipo. Then for the Thunder, Jeremy Grant comes in for George, and Alex Abrinas subbed in for Roberson. And he's good on the second. Thunder shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. And the dunk by Grant.
Well, people talk so much about shoot first guy with Westbrook. How about that time finding the open man?
1:03 left to play in the first half. Outside Collison. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Indiana again missing. Here's Grant, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovic.
And Grant, a great job there of going into contact, not shying away.
The Thunder have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. No good on the free throw. And Jeremy Grant, a member of the great Grant family line that has had so many NBA players.
Well, I played with his uncle Horace in Seattle, and the thing that I like about Grant is there's just nothing in terms of nonsense when he has the ball. It's straight line drives right to the rim, and he's coming down hard around the rim.
The Pacers making a switch here. Leafs checked in, and he's good on the second.
And Jeremy Grant just has such a great combination of athleticism and explosiveness. It's up to him to find familiar spots on the floor and do a good job of playing off his teammates to make an impact on every game that he plays. And I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second. I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Pacers have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second. 27 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Anthony. It's hauled in by Leaf. Leaf's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Hey, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Got a piece of it, taken away by Anthony. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Westbrook, no good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's the Thunder running away with it. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first half. How important is that contribution to the team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA, and when they come to play like we playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game, it makes it a tough team to beat, and you know, just hopefully we can keep that up.
I'm sure it puts confidence in you and in the coach going into the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 32 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
And we return to Indianapolis, Indiana, with a look at all the activity taking place in this terrific downtown. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could, and boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Well, it's one thing to drive, but it's another thing to drive and dunk. So let's see if he can keep that going here in the third.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Anthony out there with Paul George. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. Collison for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George has got his 5th rebound in this one. Westbrook with the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Roberson's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Thunder.
Now Robertson's activity down there and the long arms stretch out to help collect a second chance opportunity.
Bogdanovich with it. George picks him up. Drains the three-pointer. 14 points for Collison. Well, Thunder have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Pacers.
And they're getting them up from beyond the arc, shooting a solid percentage from out there, so thus far it hadn't been a problem.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Oladipo outside. The Thunder pull it in.
You can see how clued in the defense is to take away those mid-range shots and challenge. Solid at getting a hand up in the face of the scorers.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. Turner. And Turner stays with it.
That's a nice tip, and you can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
Westbrook drives in. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Westbrook's got 26.
Well, an off-the-charts scoring night right here for Westbrook. It seems like he's getting just about anything he wants.
Here's Oladipo. Again, Oladipo missing. Turner with the steal. And then Oladipo with the jam.
Now, Oladipo has had some highlight dunks in his career. There's another one.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. And that one, good. And he has 28 points for the game.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's Collison. 14 points for him. They set the pick. Passes it to Young. Shot clock at 5. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Bogdanovich. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Poor execution. That was not how they drew up that possession.
I mean, just a terror in transition is Russell Westbrook exploding past the defense with that speed.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. It's stolen by Adams. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Second shot opportunity. Roberson gets the bucket. Roberson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
Defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
A wide open look here for Oladipo. Off target from outside.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Right side, Bogdanovich. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. The Pacers have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. A different look for Oklahoma City. Patterson comes in for Anthony. That's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And so it's Indiana with it. Outside Collison. Here's Bogdanovich. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Roberson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. He dishes it to Patterson. Adams outside. Here's George. And he finishes nicely on the layup. George has got 38 points.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Shots good from Young.
Even double team. He had the vision to see the open man.
And George, here we go. It's deflected. Outside Bogdanovich. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And Adams with the slam.
There is athleticism inside Steven Adams that we get to see every now and again. There it was, folks.
And here's Young from the arc. And Roberson pulls it down. Roberson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight.
Well, if you look at Andre Roberson's stats, you would wonder why he gets so much playing time. Not a great scorer, gets a ton of minutes, and I'll tell you why. He can defend wing players and great scorers in this league like a hawk. That's the reason why he became a valuable performer through the years for Oklahoma City. Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
From 10 feet out, and that one hits back iron. For Indiana, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Young for 3. Again, Young missing. And you look at Roberson, and he is clearly a defensive specialist for this team.
Well, he's a great wing defender and so many great offensive weapons at the 2 and 3 spot in the conference, the Western Conference, that he is familiar with. He does a great job of going out on a nightly basis and doing what he does best. That's playing defense for his ball club.
Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Down low, here's Turner, and Turner throws it down.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness, zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And then George with the jam.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, he gets up. Indiana's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
And he's on his way to putting up a big 3-point total.
And there's Paul George on the assist by Patterson. 44 points for George.
When a guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
Lets it go from deep. That shot, no good. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. No good on the shot. Great D that time from Collison. And Oladipo has it in the corner. They double him with George. Collison kicks to Bogdanovich. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, and how Bogdanovich keeps his concentration on the basket is impressive. Even when he's getting fouled, he stays with the play.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Turner. Leaf comes in for Thaddeus Young. Lance Stevenson's checked in for Oladipo. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. And then for Oklahoma City, Eustace comes in for Adams. Grant comes in for George. And Alex Abrinas subbed in for Andre Robertson.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
Eustace's shot is good.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Pacers shooting about 42% so far. Pass to Leaf. Indiana moving it around. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Eustace has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Grant. It's hauled in by Leaf. And for the Pacers, they're shooting around 48% so far in the 3rd. One-on-one fast break. And the dunk by Grant.
Grant's playing with a great edge on the defensive end. Looks to poke that one away, and he comes up with a steal.
Joseph dishes to Bogdanovich. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Bogdanovich has got 15 points in just the second half. Abrinas kicks to Eustace. From outside the arc, and the Thunder another 3.
Wow, Jeremy Grant continuing to work on his game, stretching it out to the three-point line.
In the corner, it's Stevenson. But they get it back. Feeds to Joseph. Pass to Sabonis. Stolen by Grant. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Grant leading the charge.
Well, he's such an athletic forward. Absorbing contact is something that he's learning to do, getting much better at it.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Eustace. Banked in off the glass. Eustace has got 12.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
It's deflected. And again, Oklahoma City running the court in transition. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. Second, the Thunder.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Grant. And Grant drops them both. They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
It's hauled in by Leaf. Leaf's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Joseph, the pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Leaf. Sinks the three-pointer. Leaf's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
And Joseph kicks to Stevenson. Stolen by Grant. And now a fast break for the Thunder. They get it again. Here's Eustace. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Eustace has got 6 in the quarter.
Just giving up way too many transition opportunities.
Joseph with the ball. Now Felton defending. And it's Stevenson missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Yep, it counts. Abrinas has got 8 points.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice. I like that recognition, effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Here's Patterson. It's rebounded by Indiana. Stevenson outside. Here's Bogdanovich. The offensive rebound. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Sabonis has a tremendous skill set for a 7-footer. Remember his dad, Hall of Famer Arvydas Sabonis, very creative in his own right.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Anthony's checked in for Patterson. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Raymond Felton. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Thunder shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. And Westbrook gets it to go.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Joseph against Westbrook. Stolen by Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Yeah, Kevin, hope that's not a defensive tactic, but that's what you saw there. Westbrook handling the rock and has the quickness to drive on pretty much anyone.
Here's Stevenson. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. With the points he racked up that quarter, he has broken his season-high scoring mark already. We'll return shortly. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And Stevenson is out there with Leaf. Then it's Young. Then there's Al Jefferson. And it's Wilkins in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's Westbrook. And he banks in the layup. Westbrook's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Poked away, and there's the call on Joseph Young. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Westbrook, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's a call. It's on Indiana with the foul.
Yeah, AM doesn't stand for morning with Westbrook. It stands for attack mode.
Brent, many teams have cracked down on cell phone use during practices and during games. Can anything be done on a league level in that regard?
Hold on, Kevin. I'm getting a call.
Okay, good. Yeah. Can you put him on hold for just a second?
Yeah, Mom, I'm talking to Kevin Harlan. It's a different age. I don't think the league, Kevin, can do anything with regards to how players use their mobile devices. That's up to the team and how it is a coach make sure that the demands of what your practice schedule is and your game schedule and your attentiveness to those times that you need to be there, that takes precedent.
And so Westbrook makes them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
The feed now to Jefferson. Over Johnson. That one, no good. Thunder shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Picked his pocket. And now the fast break. Stevenson with the ball. And it's slammed in by Stevenson.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one falls for Johnson. Brent, when we look at some of the classic rivalries between teams, they don't always look as emotionally charged nowadays. Is there a way you think to get that back?
Well, the first thing I do, Kevin, is not try to manufacture anything. The second thing I would avoid is please don't bring up the Lakers-Celtics rivalries in the 80s. And the last thing I would make you conscious of is the fact that, look, players are moving around so often that it's hard to get years and years of the same matchup with the same guys on the roster. Now, look, accept the competition for what it is, and if we get another one where teams are facing one another more often, then let's enjoy it for what it is.
One shot.
Here's Young. Stevenson outside. Pass to Leaf. Dishes to Jefferson. He can't hit that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. And Westbrook, here we go. It's rebounded by Jefferson. The Pacers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Wilkins dishes to Young. Stolen by Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, a great attack by Westbrook. He's unleashing it right now on his opponent.
Indiana's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stevenson with it. Now defended by Grant to end the run. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Westbrook. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Westbrook's got 45 points.
Well, able to explode in the paint at will, and a great finisher. Westbrook, a terror once he gets in there.
Screen by Jefferson. There's a good screen. And Stevenson kicks to Young. And the Pacers can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field. Whoa!
Wow. Good look out. Man, Jeremy Grant is one of those guys that's capable of highlight dunks on a nightly basis. That time, vicious finish.
And for the Pacers, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Kicks it out to Stevenson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got his third rebound tonight. Grant the pass to Johnson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Grant down low. He's guarded by Stevenson.
Grant, one of those big guys that gets up off the ground like a guard. Love to see him throw it down.
It's been a pretty tough stretch for them.
And this will be an important possession. It's really essential. They put a stop to this run, and the best way to do it is by great execution.
Wilkins dishes to Jefferson. The shot's good.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
Well, when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you could do to stop him.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
And taken away by Johnson. Grant against Stevenson. No good from Grant.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
The pass to Hustis. Back to Grant. Left side, Westbrook. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Al Jefferson. Brent, we know the regular season is a grind. We also know that revenue is king. Could you imagine a time when we'd actually have to play more than 82 games?
That's interesting, Kevin, because a lot of the times the argument you've heard over the course of the past 5 or 6 seasons, Kevin, is the opposite of that 65-game schedule. Why not reduce the schedule? Stars playing in every game, less back-to-backs, more time for recovery. So the idea of 82 games being extended beyond that, I don't think that that's in the realm of possibility.
65, 68 games, and they had that shortened season a couple years ago. It was terrific to watch.
It was, and so we'll see if the league does that. But in your question alone, Kevin, you said it. Cash is king. 82 is the number we're going to settle in, I think, for quite some time.
Oladipo, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Nick Collison's checked in for Oklahoma City. That one misses.
Russell Westbrook, one of those players who's a walking triple-double at times, and he loves to pick up his points at the free throw line if possible.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
The Thunder shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor. And then Johnson with the dunk.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Here's Young. Pass to Leaf. It's Oladipo on the wing. To the paint, Jefferson. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, the job he does inside, just phenomenal. Jefferson can make defenders look silly when he's in the post. That's how good his moves are.
Westbrook, no good. Indiana's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Doubled by Collison. Knocked loose. Westbrook with the steal. Fast break, here we go. From 8. And no problem from Collison as he finishes at the rim.
Well, the anticipation for steals that Westbrook shows, I mean, maybe playing point guard paying off on the defensive end to help create that fast break.
They get a hand on it. Stolen by Collison. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. Abrinas' shot is off. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Hey, Brent, with the size and speed of NBA athletes, could we see the court widened out at some point, whether it's the lane or even the boundaries widened?
That's a great question, Kevin. I often thought that the league should widen the court to the point where the 23-9 three-point line should be an exact semicircle.
Is the same, yes.
Which would extend the court another couple feet on each end and create more space, more driving opportunities, more room to watch the greatest athletes in the world do what they do best. That's run, jump, pass, and entertain us. So maybe the league looks at it. Right now, I don't think there's any plans for it, but it's a great question.
Patterson, that's good. Here's Oladipo. Pass to Leaf. Screen by Jefferson. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, that's a good call. Just keep arguing with the officials because they change that call all the time. Not.
Anabogu's checked in for the Pacers. Joseph comes in for Joseph Young. Eustace kicks to Patterson. Ball stolen. And here is Joseph. Indiana moving the ball around. Here's Oladipo. Poke loose. Here's Eustace. Here's Collison. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Pass to Leaf. Here's Wilkins. Off target with his 3.
Man, it just hurts to miss shots like this. Mentally, you question yourself, and it can affect your confidence.
The 3 from Joseph. Shot clock reset for the Pacers. Unable to get that one. The Thunder shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Fires for 3. Joseph with the rebound. Pacers shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. And there's Oladipo on the assist from Joseph. Joseph's got 5 assists tonight.
I like seeing Oladipo around the rim using the lift inside.
Abrinas knocks down the 3 ball.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Now here's Joseph. D right on him. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Raymond Felton. If you ever did decide to go into coaching, Brent, would you also like to be the general manager to ensure you have the players you really want to coach?
Well, I'd also like a new car and a Learjet, Kevin. If I could get those 2, I'll try my best. But
I hear you. I know.
I really think that relegating that role to somebody else that you can be on the same page with is the best way to go. It's a fresh set of eyes.
That's the key. I totally agree.
Fresh set of eyes, and they have the time to devote to what your team and your roster is going to need while you make sure you're developing the roster yourself. So I think having a general manager do his job and a coach do his job might be the way that I would prefer to do things, although we've seen other guys have success in both roles.
Grant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And Joseph drops them both.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break. I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Passes it to Anabogu. Abrinas with a rebound. Abrinas has got 5 rebounds tonight. Ball's knocked loose. Felton can't get it to go. And Indiana shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Oladipo for 3. The Thunder pull it in. Now here's Patterson. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Oladipo, plenty of space. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Oladipo constantly looking to score. As soon as the ball hits his hands, he's ready to pull.
Patterson, that's good.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend. Joseph,
the pass to Oladipo. Off the pick. And the shot no good, a bit short. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Kicks it to Patterson from 12 feet out. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Anabogu's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Oladipo has it in the corner. And it's Oladipo again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, tonight his pinpoint accuracy has been impressive.
The 3 from Joseph. The shot that time not on target. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Patterson takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And Joseph kicks to Oladipo. Hey, Brent, in other sports, later draft picks often become all-star level players. That seems to be much more rare in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
I'm not sure, Kevin, and there are a lot of great finds for NBA teams in the second round and even late into the second round as guys who make solid contributions not only to their team right away because they might be more mature players that are passed over because the young guys show potential. I think that scouts do a great job of finding that rare talent. Maybe they're selected a little bit more early than they would be in previous drafts. There's much more information out there for GMs to get at.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And Indiana making a change here. Young's checked in. .110 left in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Thunder.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Russell Westbrook.
Well, he could not be stopped on offense. Super efficient tonight. There wasn't a lot the defense could do.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. And Indiana shooting under 40% all in all for the game. And Young kicks to Joseph. It's Wilkins on the wing. His 3-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Here's Eustace. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
Tonight they have stuck with what they do well, handling all the exterior pressure, and they're likely to come out on top here.
And Stevenson's checked in for Indiana.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. And the Pacers with possession here. Pass to Leaf. Three-pointer. Tries again. Anabogu, no good.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. Here's Eustace. Off target. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Nick, coming off of that loss last game, what was different about how you played tonight?
Well, today particularly, we came out and we didn't have those bad stretches. Tonight we were just solid the whole way. That's the thing with us. We got to have that consistency. When we play consistent, when we're tough to beat.
Hey, Nick, great game. Thanks. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.